Today, we are going to present for the subject IML155, which is Communication Skills for Information Professional. For our medium, Puan Azina as me. Moving on, we will start by introducing the group members. Uh, we have I am Siti Nur Aisyah binti Zulkarnain, and my matrix number is 2022471416. Other member, please introduce yourself.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad
Um,
Zad Encik Malek. My metric number is 2022481214.
my name is Najel Maira binti Mazalan. My student ID is 2022
And me Nur Auni binti Ahmad Rafi. My nama matrik is 2022857162.
Thank you, all members. And now we are going to the table of contents. For our table of contents, we have two parts. This is part one, which have two chapters, two sections in it, which is section one is for introduction, and section two is synopsis of the movie, including with the cast. So now I will pass the mic to uh, Nur Auni to explain about the introduction of the movie that we have choose for this assignment, which is Brave.
Okay, for the introduction. Okay, nice. Okay, why we chose Brave? We want to see the story of Princess Merida, a strong-willed and skilled archer who challenges the traditional expectation placed upon her. Second, a captivating animated film that transport audience to a mythical land filled with adventure, magic, and the power of self-discovery. Third, artfully blends Celtic folklore and Disney's signature storytelling. And the last one is received critical acclaim for its stunning visual, heartfelt performances, and its ability resonate with audiences worldwide. Okay, nice. About the Brave movie, first produced by Pixar Animation Studios, released by Walt Disney Pictures, directed by Mark Edrew and Brenda Chapman, released in 2012. About about Princess Merida, the film tells the story of Princess Merida of Dumbranch MacDonald, who defies an age-old custom, causing chaos in the kingdom by expressing the desire not to be betrothed. When Queen Eleanor Thompson, her mother, falls victim to a blessing curse and turns into a bear, Merida must look within herself and find the key to saving the kingdom. Merida is the first character in the Disney Princess line created by Pixar.
So that is all for the introduction of the movie. Uh, Now we are going to move to the synopsis of the movie, including the cast of the movie, which will be presented by another member of my group, which is Najwa Umaira.
Alright, for the synopsis of the movies, Merida is a skilled archer who wants to carve out her own path in life. When she defined an age-old traditions, she angers the Highland Lords and leads to chaos in the kingdom. Merida seeks help from an engaged witch who grants her an ill-fated wish. Now, Merida must discover the true meaning of courage and under a beastly curse before it's too late. So, next slide. So, for the key point of the story, main events is Merida is a strong and independent young woman who doesn't want to be forced into a rich marriage. She makes a wish that backfires, turning her martyrs and triplets brothers into a bear. Merida must go on a journey to break the curse and save her family. Along the way, she learned the true meaning of courage and family. Brave is a heartwarming and empowering stories about a young woman who finds her own way in life. It's a great film for anyone who loves adventures, magic, and strong female characters. So next slide. So for the cast, I will introduce you to cast two. Next slide. For the main character, Merida, Kelly McDowell as a Merida and Peggy Barker as a little Merida. She is very brave, daring, bold, stubborn, courageous, independent, and headstrong girl who has no desire to marriage. However, Merida had bad manners, extremely tomboyish, and enables to listen others. Merida wants her freedoms and change her face to live her own life. She feels more comfortable in the outdoor, honing her impressive athletic skill as an archer and sword fighter than be a royal princess. Next slide. And Queen Eleanor, Emma Thompson as Queen Eleanor. She is a mother of the Merida and Tripus and Fergus' wife. Queen Eleanor is a wise, polite, and dedicated queen to ensure the unity of her family and kingdom. As the mature diplomatic counterpoint to her more impulsive husband, King Fergus strict in her orders without listening and ignoring about Merida opinions. Next slide. So
Banyak,
about King Fergus, Billy Connolly as
banyak
King
dia.
Fergus. King Fergus is loving fathers and husband who always bravely
Merdeka.
protect his family and kingdom. He is a legend warrior that lost his left leg because of demon bear, which is Mordu. King Fergus had bear since death and vowed to revenge about her left leg has lost by killing the bear. Next slide. And the witch. Julie Walter as the witch, also referred as the Crafty Wooden Carvers. She owned a shop called Crafty Carvers, which is the place where Merida was let into, allowing her to fix her mother, Queen Eleanor. The witch owned a crown. She is an intelligent woman, but sneaky. However, thanks to her trick, Queen Eleanor and Merida was able to fix their relationship. Next slide. And Mordu. Mordu as the main antagonist that kills Merida in the forest and the reason King Fergus lost her left leg. Actually, he is a princess that obsessed with powers and want to control the kingdom from his brothers. He seek a magic spell to give him a strength of 10 brave men and the spell turned him into the bears. And for the last one, the triples Harris, Hubert, and Hemis. Identicals triples Harris, Hubert, and Hemis are adorable kids and quite misogynist, causing many problems. These triples willing to do anything if the visit is stake for them. That's like
Thank you, Najwa. So we are done with part one of the table of contents. Moving on to the part two of our table of contents, which is uh, communication and solutions, and also the conclusion of our presentation. So For communication issues and solution will be presented by Muhammad Izzat and me, Siti Nur Aisyah.
For the first issue is issue with non-verbal communication in the movie. It is where Merida's three younger brothers are transformed into bears that seems like Merida can communicate with them. So they need to do some of the hand signal communication is they need to trying an error to trying to communicate. So just like this, Merida must find an alternative ways to understand their needs and intentions, relying on non-verbal communication method to bridge the gap between them. Through these non-verbal communication methods, Merida navigate the challenges of understanding and being understood by her bear transformed brothers.
For the solution for this issue, Marida's determination, empathy, and adaptability play crucial roles in bridging the communication gap and strengthening their relationship amidst their unique circumstances. It shows that nonverbal communication is the key to understanding each other in this situation. Uh, and then Marida needs to focus on what her brother is saying too by doing sign, gestures, etc. Marida also need to try and error to find the perfect gestures to make her brothers understand what she is saying. This is a complicated process that needs time to understand. Besides, it is very hard for Merida and her brothers to understand each other. But it's worth trying because they need communication to happen and understanding each other. Next issue.
The second issue is the misunderstandings. The miscommunication is significant problem throughout the movie, mainly between Merida, the main character, and her mother, Queen Eleanor. Their inability to effectively communicate their thoughts, desires, and understanding leads to misunderstanding and conflict. For example, when Merida wants to pursue her own path and choose archery as her interest, she struggles to communicate her true feelings to her mother, which is Queen Eleanor, who instead assume her daughter is being rebellious through her.
The solution for this issue is that both Merida and her mother must have a deep conversation to understand each other. Although it may take some time, but it is worth a try. Both must express their feelings and opinions so that they can understand each other much better and did not scared to express their feelings. Besides that, they also need to spend more time together so that they know how to express their opinion and feelings. By this means, they can practicing small group of communication to solve problems related in their daily life. It also helps them to have a small conversation without others knowing to respect their privacy. Next,
Okay, for this third issue is issue with lack of active listening, which is for Merida and Elena, their struggle with active listening is an important part of their relationship dynamics. The frequent interruption and lack of understanding of each other points of view demonstrates lack of active listening, and Merida is an energetic, independent young princess, often will misunderstood and limited by her mother's traditional expectations. And then Queen Eleanor often warns and interrupts Merida's, showing that she doesn't really hear her. So that mutual lack of active listening leads to the misunderstanding and the conflicts between them.
so for this issue, the solution is both Merida and Queen Eleanor uh, need to be an active listener. By improving their listening skill, they can easily understand each other better. In order to make Merida listen to her mother, both of them need to give each other the same energy. It is by facing each other and having eye contact. Moreover, they also need to listen and give appropriate reaction like saying yes. So this will make them feel like appreciated when talking, which is listening is important because if they do not listen to others, they cannot, uh, which then will lead them to making assumption, which usually bad assumptions. Um, Practicing listening skill may take some time, but they need to give it a try to improve their relationship condition. Next issue.
Issue number 4 is fear of vulnerability. Throughout the movie, Queen Eleanor, Merida's mother, struggles to express her true emotion and fears. She values propriety and maintaining and compose facade which stem from societal expectation and her role as a queen. This fear of vulnerability prevents her from openly discussing her concerns, or understanding Merida's desire for individuality. Additionally, Merida herself initial fears expressing her true feelings to her mother, and then she disapproved to her impending arranged marriage and wishes to forge her own path.
For the solution for this issue with fear of vulnerability, um, it is mainly on Queen Anna. This is because she suddenly transformed into a bear, which puts her in a panic situation. However, as the story progresses, Merida and Elena learn to adapt with the new situation and at the same time trying to solve the solution together. Both Moreover, both need to apply a communication model, which is transactional model. It is because both involved in the conversation. After that, it also held that each person serves simultaneously as speaker and listener. This may help both to express their true feelings. It may sound like nothing, but it is important to share their feelings because if not, they will not understand each other forever and they will keep on fighting. This issue does not focus only on Queen Anne and Merida. It also highlights on uh, the king, which is Merida's father, and the three of them need to have a small group communication. This will help them to make one decision, which will satisfy all parties, and then allows them to uh, achieve the same goals. Next.
Issues with cultural differences. For example, Merida's mother, Queen Eleanor, expects her to follow the traditional path of a princess, including marrying a suitor from one of the other clans. Uh, it is to maintain political alliances. However, Merida resists this expectation and challenges the idea that her worth is tied to marriage and fulfilling her role as a princess. The clash of culture further highlighted the Merida seeks the help of a witch to change her fate. This action is perceived as taboo in the kingdom as magic is seen as dangerous and forbidden. The cultural differences between the traditional belief and the kingdom and the expectation of magic in other cultures create tension and misunderstanding.
For the solution for this issue, uh, Merida and her parents need to practice a small group communication. By practicing this type of communication, the parents will be exposed to Merida's opinion. Other than that, they can also give their idea to Merida to consider it. Uh, this way, Merida can let her voice be heard by her own parents, and the three of them can discuss together. regarding Merida's future and achieve the same goal about an issue. So that is all of the issue. We are now closing. We are now nearing the closing of our presentation. So we're going to move on to the conclusion of our presentation. Will be presented by Nur Awini.
Okay. For the conclusion, the movie Brave underscores the profound impact that effective communication has on relationships, personal growth, and the resolution of conflict. Example, the movie showcases the consequences of communication breakdowns within relationships, particularly between Merida and Queen Eleanor. Their inability to effectively communicate their desires and perspective leads to misunderstanding, resentment, and a strained mother-daughter relationship. Other than that, through the power of communication, the characters in Brave are able to bridge their differences and find common ground. By openly sharing their feelings, thoughts, and aspirations, they build a foundation of trust and mutual respect. Moreover, the film encourages individuals to express their true self openly and honestly. Merida's journey towards self discovery and the freedom to choose her own path highlights the significance of genuine self expression in fostering understanding and acceptance. Brave remind us of the complexities of familiar relationship and the need for empathy and compassion. It also underscores the power of individual voice and the significance of embracing one's true identity. The movie Brave highlights the communication is essential for building and maintaining healthy relationship. It emphasizes the importance of active listening, expressing authenticity, breeding differences, and for fostering understanding. Through effective communication, individual can resolve conflict, foster personal growth, and strengthen the bonds that unite them.